Good morning and good evening. Welcome to the 57th Fantasy League recap for Week 4. I'm your host, Cobra Khan, and we are coming at you live this week from the beautiful nation's capital of the United States of America, home of the historical shutdown. And no, I'm not talking about the government. I'm talking about the 0-4 Redskins, who have remained defeated throughout the entire first quarter of the season, with RG3 playoff contender. It's a very sad day for Redskin fans, as they will no doubt, going into Week 6, continue their reign of just being a shitty football team. And speaking of shitty football teams, let's get on to our gas-kicking game of the week. Lake Wobegon Storm got their asses handed to them up and down the football field for 60 minutes by the Ronins Rogues. Score 239 to 137. The Lake Wobegon Storm should have just stayed at home this weekend, as Matt Stafford, Jaquie Bell, DeMarco Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Wallace, and Julius Thomas failed to show up for the game. Well, DeMarco Murray, he had at least 30 points. The rest of them, barely any. Anyways, Ronins Rogues took it to Lake Wobegon Storm. There's your scoreboard. Check it out. There's nothing else to say about this. It was the ass-kicking game of the week. Now let's move on to some scores from around the league. Hopkinton Grazers took Wrecking Crew out to pasture 281 to 184. Blitzburg puts out the Firestorm 251 to 166. Luna Strollers light up the Burn Fireblaze 242 to 188. Lollygaggers win by a yard arm over the Horde 240 to 230. Gold Diggers bury Django 224 to 125. Scared Hitless makes the Poland Polskas look dumb 268 to 195. Game Over Man shuts down the Bone Crushers 224 to 191. Rick Rebels go Che Guevara and spell out Doomsday for the Commissioner 301 to 208. Ah, damn, pack some lube there, Commish, because that's going to be rough next time. Dolphins hand out blankets to the Madness Chief 257 to 142, while Crasher Bashers send the Play-It-Again players back to the hood 182 to 131. In the game that should have been the ass-kicking game of the week but wasn't for some reason because it was just so sad, the Riftwalkers obliterate the Bonsai Ninja Squirrels Miyagi style 304 to 176. That was a crane kick to your face. And the IT guy dials up a win against the team that I'm pretty sure isn't even setting up a lineup these weeks. 268 to 196. Now our game of the week. There's no love lost between these two rivals as the Broncos take the Scorpions over a barrel 213 to 210. Broncos were led by Nate Washington's 52 points and Peyton Manning, who went off for 50, totaling almost half the score of the total game. We were just happy to pull this out at the end, Broncos coach Dale Johnson said. Scorpions, despite going in as the clear favorite, played a hard-fought but losing game, just losing by a field goal. They made the big play at the end and we didn't, said Captain Obvious and Coach Dale. No wiser words were spoken on this day. Look for a possible rematch in the playoffs between these two powerhouse teams. Now let's look at our MVPs for the week. Drew Brees put up 57 points, Arian Foster had 63, Victor Cruz had 68, Tony Gonzalez had 67, Steven Gostkowski kicked his way to 27 points, while the Colts D had 46, and the KC Chiefs had 28. Now, on to the Injured Reserve FAQ leading into Week 5. You can add a player if they are doubtful or below. If they're probable means that they're probably gonna play, not that they should sit on the injured reserve and cry like a baby because the coach put them on the bench because they wanted to pick up a running back or a wide receiver that they didn't have before. Now, if you're on a bye, that's different. A tight end, defense, special teams, kickers, you're only allowed one on the roster, so those are okay to go onto the IR. Now, the IR is not for expanding your roster. Commissioner Khan, which is me, will be going through and doing sweeps on Wednesday evenings so that those teams that have illegal IR set will be dropping them Wednesday night regardless. Khan will make sure of that. And all the teams that are paying attention will be able to pick those up Thursday before the game, before everything starts. Now, look for Week 5 recap starting tomorrow since this is late. And we'll try and get that out as much. So thanks for watching, and I'm Cobra Khan. May all of your fantasy football dreams come true. Have a good night.